Hey y'all, so today I'm going to talk about marriage. There are a lot of different stages of being married. One of them, the honeymoon stage. I love you. The I hate you stage. You're always on my back, you never give me any freedom, you never leave me alone, I want my space, I will shoot you. The wow, this is actually going pretty well stage. We have our differences. You're right sometimes, I'm right all the time. We can come to an agreement. The we're getting old, who's collecting whose life insurance first stage. Yeah, we need to get to buy so much prune juice. And finally, the saddest part of all, when one of them goes home to heaven. No amount of prune juice can fill this hole in my heart. So for any of you that are married, you know that marriage is quite a roller coaster. Regardless of what's going on, ups, downs, or just level, it's gonna be fun. Fun being relative, of course. Sometimes I'd rather be out at the range, blowing stuff up, you know, hanging out with the guys, playing video games, doing whatever. But regardless, it's always going to be a good time because you're always going to learn something about your family, about your family's family, about your family's family's family. Long line of family, especially in my family. The honeymoon stage is awesome, alright? You love on each other, nothing could end it, nothing could put a damper on your do-si-do. But it doesn't last as long as we'd want it to. Now, if I wrote the books, which I wish I did, but I don't like writing or books. That's why we made movies. Anyway, but if I could write the rules, the honeymoon stage would last forever. We would always be completely and utterly 100% in love, just enthralled in each other's embrace. However, like all good things, it must come to an end. Following the honeymoon stage, you have the I hate you stage. In this stage, all of the good things from the honeymoon stage seem to just disappear. And then you argue about everything. There's you never give me enough time or you are suffocating me. There's really no in between. Everything that you used to love about the honeymoon stage ends up being a battleground. You're always fighting over those things. Like when you used to cuddle at night. And now it's, give me some space, it's too daggum hot for you to be here. It's not a very fun time. This is what breaks a lot of relationships. But the strong ones are going to make it through because you know that marriage isn't about happiness necessarily. I mean, happiness comes from marriage, but it's not the only part of it. I mean, I'll get more into that later, but there's a lot that goes on in a marriage. And even if you're not always happy, doesn't mean that you made a bad decision. Now remember, the marriage, when you got married, nobody ever said that you're going to be happy all the time. And if they did, they're a liar and they need to do some push-ups. You know what? No. Alternating staggered squat jumps. Time now. Oh, and don't shoot your partner just because you are in the I hate you stage. Don't do it. Because getting through an argument is going to be a lot better, a lot less time consuming, and a lot easier, than voluntary manslaughter, murder, in the first degree, second degree, third degree. Doesn't really matter what degree. Don't shoot your partner. Now remember, you can spin your partner round and round, but under no circumstances should you throw your partner to the ground. Because that's spousal abuse, and that's highly frowned upon in, well, most societies anyway. Don't want to get hemmed up for that. Skipping forward some years, you have the stage of, we're getting old and I wonder who's collecting whose life insurance first. Don't get to this stage. Don't do it. Even though, yes, life insurance would be nice, and I have a decent life insurance policy, I would much rather have my wife than any amount of prune juice in that age. Well, I guess depending on how much fiber I eat. But that's different. And regardless of your love for prune juice, nothing can fill the hole in your heart. Which brings us to our last stage, the unfortunate one where one of our beloved partners dies. Now when they get to go home to see the Lord, and they get to go and live out eternity in heaven, and we're stuck here on earth. I mean, we'll see each other soon enough, especially at that stage. But remember that there's nothing that can ever, ever, ever replace your spouse. So regardless of your age, what stage you're in, never let your spouse go. Love them, hold them, cherish them, don't feed them tofu. And make sure to give them lots of bacon for the rest of eternity. Because I guarantee they have bacon in heaven. If not, that's not even a possibility. Of course they have bacon in heaven. And if you disagree, do push-ups. So regardless of what stage you're in, how things are going right now, remember, things are going to get better. Marriage is a one-time thing, and it's supposed to last for a lifetime, regardless of how long or short that is. Again, don't shoot your partner. Don't just end it, say, oh, okay, well, I guess that's over with. No. Love them, hold them, until the Lord decides it's time to take them away. Kind of a vague video that skips over a whole lot about marriage. There's a lot more ins and outs. I mean, I invited a buddy over to breakfast. Am I going to cook breakfast? Probably not. But still, if you have questions, comments, concerns, gripes, or groans, be sure to leave a comment under this video. Be sure to leave a comment on my website or on my social media. And remember to click that subscribe button. Regardless of if you agree with me or not, I'd like to hear your side of the story. And as always, have a beautiful day.